All right. So I believe we are live now. If you're just watching us, picking this up on YouTube, basically what we're doing is we just finished our 300th episode, that's our official episode, but we are wanting to check out Restream. I'll have to look and see how we fade that. Thanks, Beth. Just abruptly stop there. We'll figure out the fades. But welcome back if you're joining us. Now, if you're coming in because you were just doing the chat live on YouTube, one of the things we're really looking to do, other than just to test how this looks, how it feels, we're still playing around with some of the background stuff that's inside of Restream. But we would love for you to throw something in the chat, because what we really want to see is that the chat is working as well as it did on the StreamYard side, and everything else. So here we go. Jen is already up on here. Oh my God, y'all are so crisp. Crisp. Sorry. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Where it is. Crisp. Sorry. Thank you, Jen. All right. So obviously we can already pull that up. It looks like I know we can also pull up the entire chat overlay on here as well. That's really good though, right off the bat, Jen, if you think we already look better. Yep. Gwen, you think I'm back? You are. Thank you so much. And as Beth is kind of handling the chat here, we can also respond.
Oh, that was me. Sorry.
Oh, that was you.
That's always been like our challenge, right? We can never respond. We have to be in the platform. So how many times have we all said, okay, where did Gwyn like say that comment and how to respond to that? Which platform? Is it yours? Is it mine? Is it whose? Because we all stream it from our own channels. So when we stream in our own channels, like, Andy, is it yours? Junmi, is it? No, it's not mine. I don't know where we could never find. So it's
the
nice.
YouTube we can. So the YouTube Beth has been able to do for a while now, and you can directly do it. You're right though, on the LinkedIn side, it's always been a little challenging to do that. And did we go live on both, Jimmy?
We did go live on both. There is a limitation to LinkedIn, which is the limitation for the chat. So we can respond fairly quickly on YouTube like normal.
Yeah. Gwen says we are shrinking and growing on my screen. I'm not sure. That might be because we're putting up different comments on here. Cisco says hello as well. In fact, I think those are probably supposed to be emojis if I had to guess, and they're just coming through. They're coming through on our side.
Pink waving hand, pink waving hand.
Yeah. Emojis may not. Well, it's a good thing to know though. So I'm actually glad you did that, because it looks like maybe the emojis do not come across on our side, even though you guys are able to do them on your side. So it is interesting on there. And then we have, let's see, Matichek is also on here as well. Thank you. Now, I will say from our side, the chats, the internal chats for the external chats were sort of always in one place. Yeah. Now the private chats are like, if I open it, it covers Carl's face in my particular case.
That's fine. So, it's all good.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not, we're still working on that stuff. So, okay, cool. I'm so glad you guys are in here. You're testing it. Obviously, you're hearing us. Carl's mic is usually on his other side. Yeah, Carl, I wonder if I didn't get flipped too. Sometimes we have you can usually set that up and set the mirror. Let's see. No, that's a mirror because this is my right hand.
So there we go.
That's why
I just mirrored mine. You can read all of my lovely books in my background now.
Yeah. By the way, Jimmy, that's a. I'm glad you brought that up, because you did change your background, and I meant to ask you about it the other day. So what did you do? Because I used to see. Well, I can still see the Millennial Falcon, I think, but you used to have some other. I felt like figurines or something, but now it seems more books and stuff, and you got some cool backlighting. So what did you do with your background?
Yeah, so I just reoriented some things so that I could have the background a little more clear, put in some backlighting so that it would pop out a little more, but all the stuff is still the same. It's just reorganized in, a different order a little bit. Yeah, there is some tall stuff. I don't know if I want to adjust this too much, but yeah, there's some tall stuff that you really can't see, but it provides too much headroom.
Yeah.
So I'll have to figure that out as it comes out. But
somebody else said that to me too, Jimmy. I was on a call with a coworker, and I'll do it here a little bit so people could see what I'm talking about. But she's like, "Oh, you're revealing the room," because obviously I have zoomed this in. Same thing for the show, but if you back out, you can see not only the where my backdrop. By the way, I have new fake plants coming because the plant my palm tree that I had in the back didn't love this room, and so now he's found a new home, and he's thriving. In case anybody is worrying, he's not dead. He's thriving, but he needed more sunlight. And this room just doesn't have enough coming through the windows. So now I have some new fake plants coming. But this room keeps zooming out to the walls and stuff, and then eventually you can start seeing people show up and stuff. So one of my coworkers is like, "All is being revealed," because you can see the backdrops and stuff like that. Let's see, there we go. Back on 8 for the Lumina. On that. We lost Carl. He dropped out. I'm not sure where he went, but
Carl is going to see if he can stream to his own channels. So he's
cool.
He's leaving as an admin and coming back. And I'm just saying this out loud. I'm not an admin, and so I actually don't have the ability to chat with the public chat, which is a bummer.
Yes, we're going to get all that worked out as far as admin rights and all that stuff. Like some of us were able to log in extra. But that's good to know. So I can always say, I'm just going to say hello to everybody. We have a lot of, let's see, if we pull this in here. There we go. So this is cool. This is a feature we didn't have in StreamYard, is we can't just bring in a whole bunch of chat. Like if we wanted to leave that up the whole time, like a streamer or something, we could do that. But typically for us, we're bringing in like one comment at a time. But it is cool to be able to see that in there. Let's see. Brian zooms back out to reality. Shout out to your plant for surviving and now thriving. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate it. Justin was talking about the plant. Yes. Maybe thriving is it's going to thrive. It's going to thrive in its new home, which is much more light and water, probably. I probably wasn't treating as well as I want. I saw a funny meme for that one time. And it was like somebody buying plants, and the way the store had them laid out on the shelf said, do you want it to die in 3 months? Do you want it to die in 6 months? Do you want it to die in 9 months? And I think that speaks to me. My wife is definitely more the green thumb to it. So that's about how I would buy a plant. Is I'd be like, I want to get about 9 months out of this plant, and then it's gonna be brown, and it's not gonna live anymore. So anyway, we'll have some fake plants in here, and I'll have some more foliage and some more background and stuff, which I'm looking forward to. Fake is definitely on my line. Okay, so we're not really talking about anything on AI. We can. I think we were kind of talking a little bit about, Meta. I think we probably want to do a show on that. Go ahead, Beth. What were you about to say?
Well, we didn't mention Grok, right? Grok is definitely coming out with Grok 3, I think, in Q4, because Elon doesn't really care if it works, right? Like, so I think as soon as they have something that they get, not Grok 4, Grok 3, because they're on 2 now. So I think Grok is definitely coming out. And Llama dropped some stuff, but they were also pretty clear that they were going to come out with their next series. And is that that's Llama 4? Maybe I'm getting those numbers mixed up.
That would be right. Yeah, if it was a next major one. Now they just, like I said, came out with like 3.2. I'm using that locally on my phone. You can put Llama 3.2 on your local computer, whether that's Mac or Windows. So I think that's kind of cool. But also, I mean, holy moly, did they come out with some really cool stuff. They already had their Ray-Bans, which I would buy tomorrow. I've seen enough people that have them and really like them. And what I like is they're airdropping new updates to it like it's your iPhone. So the things that the Meta Ray-Bans couldn't do when you bought them now can. So to me, that's like an iPhone where it gets more valuable in your hand after you purchase it. It doesn't necessarily depreciate in value. So that's super cool. But what everybody was kind of like jaw on the floor about was these $10,000 not ready for public purchase yet. These newer glasses, if you haven't seen them, go check them out on YouTube. Zuckerberg was doing a whole thing on it. Matt Wolf did a really great video on it, as well as many, many others. Chloe Abrams did a whole video, and probably Marquise Brownlee, if I had to guess. But they're very chunky. I mean, immediately you would look at them and be like, I wouldn't wear those, but they're not meant to be sold right now. They are, like, I've heard that they cost about 10,000. They've only made a few thousand for both developer and demo and these kind of things. However, those glasses are very cool. They're doing like, what's it called? Holographics, but it's not a screen in front of your eye, which is definitely different than what other people have tried to do, where you're sort of looking through a translucent screen. It has I listened to Mark talk about it, and I still don't necessarily get it, but it seems like it has freaking laser beams or something. I don't know. It's the way it's hitting the microscopic somethings of the glass. Very, very cool. It could be overproduced, but Mark Zuckerberg did live demonstrations of it, which is, we always want to see that. So we're not looking at the slick videos, as we say. So that was super cool. And then there was a lot of reaction videos of people who got to play with it for 3, 4, 5, 10 minutes, whatever it was. And nobody was like, man, this is just kind of like an overlay or something. I mean, people seem to be very, very impressed with it. It definitely seems like this is, like Mark Zuckerberg was saying, this is a 10-year odyssey to get to this point. That he felt like the best of the best 10 years ago. And there was people at that time that necessarily didn't think these glasses were possible. So I think that's super cool because it's overlaying things. It's bringing AI into it. It's a different way of doing it without necessarily putting a screen in front of your eye or a little small screen or something like that. So I don't know what you guys think, but that was by far the coolest news I saw in the last 7 days.
Yeah, I think when we were talking about it the other day, for me, they were highlighting how light it was, right? So that you could wear it for longer. And as a glasses wearer for longer than I'd like, that's always a key point. Can I wear it throughout the day? Can I use it while I'm looking at other stuff? Or is the intention that this is the new screen? Like, do I not need a monitor anymore because I can wear this all day and it's supposed to project it, the equivalent of the size of a wall? That would be pretty cool. I do like the fact that they went through they created a true pass-through type of glasses as opposed to cameras feeding you what video is coming from the outside. I think that in the long run will make the devices far more usable than. Yeah, I don't think anyone's ever imagined that they're going to wear the Vision Pro while going about their day, like those one folks who created that funny commercial. So some definite highlights, I think. When do we get them?
Wait, which ones? The most advanced metas?
Yeah,
2028.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maybe beyond 2028.
Maybe,
so
yeah.
A conversation that we had after the show yesterday, I'll just bring up because we were talking a little bit about the glasses, and my dream would be that it fixes the focal length. Is that what you're saying, Junmi, or the zoom? Right. So these are readers that work for me for the computer, and I would love to be able to just keep these glasses on, go get in the car. Now they're my car glasses because they've adjusted or I've adjusted them. Or now I'm in the dark looking at my phone, right? So now I need a different kind of glasses situation. That would be so amazing if the glasses adjusted as opposed to having to change glasses or wear bifocals or whatever it is.
Because it would be fantastic to use the technology of your eye tracking tech to know what you are trying to focus on and give you the focal adjustment that you need at the time on the fly. So it's the last pair of glasses you'll ever need, that kind of concept. Because yes, if I want to use them, I'm going to have to take these off, look at that, see if I can adjust it to whatever that focal length is. And then, like you said, if I need to go into the car, or if I need to read something else, or I want to start reading a book, what you would need now is bifocals or trifocals to be able to do that. So, yes, self adjusting focal length lenses would be that's future tech to me. I love that. Next step is cybernetic eyes at that point. So I'm here for it. I would just like to see it in a year, not in 4.
That would be amazing. And I'm going to get really excited about something because Jen wants to see if we are, when we're talking animatedly about stuff. So, yes,
Gonna move
here we
forward.
go.
Just to see what happens. The Jen was saying that I look a little laggy, but this crew was saying it as well.
I lagged out too. That was weird.
Yeah, I don't see it on my side, but who knows? Sometimes that could just be a show reset or a computer reset before you get into these things. But I also turned my resolution from auto to just straight up 1080p just to see if there was any difference there. Sometimes auto can be bumping you back and forth instead of just staying on what it's supposed to. I don't see anything on my system that suggests it shouldn't be fine, but thank you for this is exactly the kind of things we want to know. Certainly we're not trying to go out of StreamYard with issues into Restream with issues with lagging or choppiness or anything like that. So thank you. Keep those up. Okay. Do we have anything else? I know we didn't want to do this for a time. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Right. So, okay. Question for everybody, and I'll start off with my own, but wildest prediction, like just out there prediction for before the end of 2024. Mine is, with the recent announcement that James Cameron has joined the board for Stability AI, we're going to hear that Stability is going to enter a deal with a major film production company. We already heard that Lionsgate connected with Runway, but I think by having Cameron on the board, it's to help transition the idea of, hey, filmmakers are into this too, and smooth that over a little bit. And so I think you're gonna hear whoever Cameron has the longest history with, that might be where you'll get that announcement. So Stability may be the basis or the background technology for whatever studio's next big project is. So, and with Cameron, he might just build an entire studio by himself for AI video.
Yeah. I will say, okay, I'll give you.
But didn't we see Runway though?
Out there?
Yeah, Runway announced that they're connecting with Lionsgate. Yes, but I think Cameron's the main thing, the main takeaway I'm getting from Cameron joining the board of Stability is to get Stability in as the big connect. Yeah, because Runway's running their own models and their world building models and things like that. So this might be competing AI philosophies and their build sets. So, but that's my wild swing. What's everybody else's?
Amazon buys Anthropic.
Ooh.
That's mine. Amazon actually buys Anthropic. We'll see.
Not just invests, but flat out.
Straight up becomes part of the Amazon ecosystem. Yep.
Interesting.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Right. Money talks, Beth. Money talks.
My big swing is kind of like Junmi's. I think we're going to see one of the music models have a relationship with one of the video models so that you can go from creating a song to within the ecosystem to creating the music video.
That would be cool. Carl, any big swings?
I think the biggest swing probably going to have is, I don't even know if it's big, but by the end of cut out a lot of times. So for Q4, is it a Q4 prediction? Just a Q4 prediction or till next year?
Yeah, Q4.
Just for Q4. I think you've hit it on everything. Here's a crazy one. I just take a swing at this because of the Grok 3, like the amount of GPUs they have, it will surpass all the models on Limsys for maybe a couple weeks.
Yes.
Once Grok 3 comes out. I'm gonna put that out.
I think that's a solid prediction. Yeah. It's a swing, but not that big.
100,000 GPUs has to count for something. Has to.
Yes. It is totally going to surpass it and be like Bat Guano, right? Like it's going to be brilliant and unhinged is
Yeah.
my prediction. I
Maybe-
agree, Carl.
Maybe we need that. Okay, let's leave it there. By the way, Jimmy, I had the music playing at the beginning. I'll bring it in here in a second. Unfortunately, it doesn't have like we would have to add our own fades into this. But Jimmy did put together a quick song. What did you use, Jimmy? Suno or something else?
Yeah,
we
it was
used
Suno.
I'm going to play a little bit of it here. I'm backing it up a little bit. Hold on a second. Yeah. And what's cool there, we couldn't do this on StreamYard. We can start and stop that anywhere we want, or we can come into the song in certain places, which has some value to it. But we mentioned this too, like, if you have an idea, if you like to play around in Suno or Udio or a similar thing, and you have an idea for what a intro song should be, when we officially move over to Restream, assuming we do, you can send that to us at thedailyishow@gmail.com. And who knows, it may end up being the official song, as long as you sign off all your rights and all future publishing deals, and we can put it in our commercials during the Super Bowl when we get that big. Then yeah, sure, send it to us. We'll be happy. We're happy to take a look. Okay, I think that's it. Well, let's just wrap it up. We've already been on here for 21 minutes. Jeez. So thank you to everybody in the comments or the chat who came back in to test this out for us, tell us where they're seeing issues, all that kind of stuff. Super helpful. That's why we wanted to do this. And we'll wrap this one up, and we will see. Oh, cool. We even have a QR code, and it works too, Jimmy, or is that just a demo?
Yeah, it works.
Heck yeah. Check out the little graphic going around it. Oh man, we're fancy. I mean, it's over Beth's face, but as long as everybody's cool with that, she's hiding behind it. Yeah, like totally check that out and make sure that goes, and everybody can use that. If you haven't signed up for our newsletter, check that out. We love that. Someone scanned the QR code. It actually tells us that on our screen. How cool is that? Is that? That's a very cool feature. Okay, awesome. Either way, it worked. That's super cool. Okay, guys, thanks. Have a great weekend, and we will be back with our normally scheduled stuff. Episode 301, that will be on Monday. We'll be back all next week with all sorts of more fancy, fun AI topics to discuss. So come on back with us. Have a great one. I hope everybody in the Southeast, in the States, is safe with the storm rolling through. I went through that yesterday. Atlanta's going through it this morning. And I just hope everybody's safe up and through the East Coast over to Nashville, where it's moving on to. That's it. I don't really have a outro thing or anything.